I'd like to invite everybody to the April Brew Robotics Club meeting. My name is Wayne Bramlett, and I am the current president. I usually start this off by asking for whom this is their first time here. Okay. So I have to go through thank you for coming, okay? I go through a spiel to explain kind of the lay of the land here. The first thing to know is where are the restrooms, okay? And the restrooms are kind of just over in that hallway. You walk that way so you see the elevators, and then you turn right, and they're both there. Okay. And the rule here is that we are here at Google's behest, guests, and they do not want us wandering around the facility. They want us going to the bathroom and back, or out the door and gone. That's basically all they want. We've had one problem with this in the past, and we do not want to have a repeat on that. They really don't want us wandering around the facility. Get the elevator doors open, just resist the temptation to get in. Okay, thank you. Now, the agenda for the meeting is we do club news first, followed by sort of robot news second. And then we do show and tell, where people show off their robots. And then at show and tell, after that, we do a 5-minute break. And to let the speaker, has anybody seen the speaker yet?
Right here.
Okay, we got our speaker. Excellent. Yay. This speaker is a hero. They bailed us out. We thought we had a different speaker, and the ball got dropped. Okay, so thank you very much. So we do the setup for the talk. We do the talk, and then after the talk, we just sort of wander around and talk robot stuff. And then it's shortly before 10, I kick everybody out. And sometimes the weather's nice, so we hang out in the outside of the building, but in that festival area. And we talk for a little while longer, and then we all get tired and go home. So that's the agenda. The rules for the club are anybody can come to the meetings. Okay. If you become a regular, we kind of like you to join the club. It's not that expensive. It's $10 per family. Okay. Won't break the bank. So if you can, do join, but come to a few meetings first to decide that this is kind of what you want to do. Do we have anything else? Okay. By the way, if you wish to join, Osman, who will raise his hand, is our secretary treasurer. Give him the money. Give him lots of money. No, sorry. Okay. So robot stuff. Robot block party happened. Who wants to chat about robot block party? Camp.
Yeah, we had an awesome time at the Robot Block Party, which was actually the weekend before that was Robo Games. We had an awesome time at Robo Games.
Forgot about games.
And I officiated tabletop navigation, which is our own TableBot challenge, and Robo Magellan, which, as everybody knows, is an outdoor contest with full-size robots where you're given a GPS coordinate and an orange cone's placed on the GPS coordinate, hey Marco, and the robot has to find the orange cone. In tabletop navigation, there were 5 entries, 1 USA, 3 Indonesian, and 1 German, yay, Marco. And I was the American entry. Anyways, we got whooped by the Indonesians. They swept the tabletop navigation. Generally, as you know, tabletop navigations involve 3 phases. Phase 1 is go from one end of the table to the other and back. Phase 2 is to push a block off the edge of the table. And phase 3 is to move the block into a shoebox mounted at the end of the table. Generally, at the tabletop, and it's all qualitative judging. It's kind of like gymnastics, you know, where it's all about technique. You have certain things that you have to do, but so you get like style points and stuff. Regardless, typically at the Robo Games, people do phase 3. That is, they just move the block into a shoebox mounted at the table, you know, or throw it, or you know, whatever they want to do for style points. But the Indonesians were great because they did 1, 2, 3, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 in sequence with all 3 of their robots, and swept the division. Now, in Robo Magellan, there were 16 competitors, and like 10 of them got within 20 feet of the goal, and 4 of them actually managed to touch the goal cone. There's bonus cones along the way which give you a fractional multiplier. That is to say, if you touch the bonus cones before you touch the goal cone, it's 0.5, 0.75 for the easy one. And then we had the cone of death that was off the map on an island, you know, with a curb and all that kind of stuff. We gave it a 0.01 multiplier. Nobody was supposed to be able to do that. So we had 4 robots that actually managed to touch the goal cone. At the bronze, I can't quite remember the names, but the third place, the bronze, was a group from Brazil. They called themselves the Thunder Rats. And it was great because you get 3 tries to touch the goal cone. Incidentally, if you don't touch the goal cone, your score is the distance from the goal cone. So the strategy, if you ever play Robo Magellan, is to touch the goal cone first and actually get points before you try and be fancy and touch the bonus cones to, you know, get the fractional multiplier. That having been said, these Thunder Rats guys from Brazil, they had 2 bad runs at first. One didn't get more than 10 feet. You know, the second one, the robot went crazy. It was running in circles. And this guy named Tiago, he worked and worked and worked, you know, for the solid, you know, the whole contest lasted like 5 hours, and he just worked his brains out. And on the last run, it was a thing of beauty. The guy did 100 yards this way, 80-degree turn, another 50, 60 yards, touched the goal cone for bronze in 1 minute and 39 seconds. And I mean, that's what it's all about. You're under pressure, you're under the gun, you're trying your guts out, and you end up with a success. So that was a thing of beauty. They beat the Sackbots group out of Southern California by like 40 seconds. Now the Sackbots, they had done, I think they touched the bonus cone too, which is a 0.5 multiplier, and ended up with like, you know, a 2-minute overall run time, something like that. There's a group called Monty that got the silver medal, and the gold medal winners. These guys do Robo Magellan at Robo Games for years. They're out of Boston. It's a group of Russian guys. They call themselves Savage Slaughter, and they actually managed to touch the cone of death. They went over the curb and touched this cone that was off the map and came all the way down. Decker, you did good too. What did you ended up 4 feet from the goal, didn't you? Big round of applause for Marco. He did well. One of the homebrew guys. Blue Dog didn't do so well, but I was my plan didn't work out at all, so I was just there for show. So these guys touched the cone of death, came all the way back, touched the goal cone. I think it was overall like 3 minutes. But with a 0.01 multiplier, it ended up being like a 1.84 second adjusted time run, which is, I think, some kind of Robo Magellan record. But they deserved every bit of it, because when we used to do this in San Francisco at the Fort Mesa at the Golden Gate Park, one time they had touched like all 3 bonus cones and the gold cone and didn't get the gold medal. And I felt bad about that, and so since then I've always been very aggressive on the bonus cones. So if you go and get bonus cones, you're going to get your points decreased. And so they got the gold medal. Other things, Bob Allen ran the firefighting. And the Indonesians swept the firefighting too. It was great. The combat robots, everybody goes there to see the combots. It's what's left over from battle bots and robot wars and that kind of thing. But the 200-pound division, again, the Brazilians with Maximus Taurus, I believe it is, beat Last Rites, which is a perennial winner. And it was an awesome contest. And I think actually it beat Original Sin. It was Last Rites got third place. They got the bronze. Anyways, so that was Robo Games. It was a big success, and we'll see if it happens again next year. So then,
how many people went to Robo Games? Very good.
There we go.
I don't get to go. Sorry.
So that kind of kicked off National Robotics Week, which started on April 4th. And on the 8th was the Robot Block Party, Silicon Valley Robot Block Party at Hildebrand Law Firm. And there was the pneumatic robots there. There was Ubiquity Robotics was there, Alan Fetterman and his group. And the team Maxed Out with the Sample Return Robot Challenge. They were out there and showing their robot. I was there with my menagerie, of course, and there must have been 1,000 people come through there. They brought in, kids and parents, and it was a really big robot. This is a nationally recognized week for the importance of robotics and education and economics and so on and so forth. So it's a big deal, National Robotics Week.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Alan, do you want to do like a 30-second, or,
It's impossible to do in 30 seconds.
okay, 2 minutes.
Right, so the same time that Robo Games was going on, they had the Silicon Valley Regional First FRC. These are big robots. Through some miracle, the team I mentor, which was not expected to do very well, got picked by the Cheesy Poofs, who were here, and the Citrus Circuits from Davis. They were the champions and finalists in 2014 at the Nationals. So we got a free ticket to go. The problem was we didn't have enough money for transportation. The kids did a GoFundMe with a goal of $15,000. They got $25,000 and then another $5,000 from other people in the community. So they doubled their thing, and I got to go to the Nationals, which was kind of cool. The Citrus Circuits ended up winning, and they were our sponsor team, so it was pretty cool. So it was 3 California teams that were on the winning alliance, which proves California is the strongest robotics state. Okay. So I also have another announcement. The other group I'm working with, Maxed Out, is doing a Ross class on Saturday. I have a $10 off coupon for the class. This is a fundraiser so we can actually send more people to go to Worcester, Massachusetts in June. Worcestershire in June. And so if you want to learn how to program Ross, I think we have enough Beagle bones for you. If you have your own Beagle bone, you can. We'll have the SD card in, and you'll be able to sort of do some motor control with Ross by the end of the day. So it's going to be a cool learning opportunity. I think we have 4 people signed up so far, so we need more. So, okay, thank you.
Okay, any more robot newsy type stuff? Cam, come on up.
The Battle Bots from ABC is going to be May 21st in Vallejo. So Battle Bots is back. Also, at this point, maybe I should talk about Maker Faire.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. Maker Faire, today's the last day to sign up, but we'll do another 2 days. Maker Faire is May 16, 17. If you want to come to Maker Faire with the Homebrew Robotics Club, you need to be a member in good standing. That is, you need to have your dues paid. But Maker Faire is a lot of fun. We got a table. We set up our robots. We talk to people about the club as they come through, and it's guaranteed to have a great time. So if you want to be at Maker Faire with the Homebrew Robotics Club, reply to the mailing list that I've been posting to, and Friday is the absolute last cutoff. After that, I don't want to hear, ooh, I didn't hear about it or something like that. So come to the Maker Faire with the Homebrew Robotics Club, and you can pay Osman your dues. Thank you very much.
How many people are planning on going to the Maker Faire? Okay, it's a lot of fun, folks. Okay.
Battle Bots, May 21st in Vallejo. Yes.
Ryan, you raised your hand for clubby type news.
Oh, I was just going to mention that you can go to the TV show. I think Camp just mentioned it, but if you go to Eventbrite and look up Battle Bots, you can buy tickets. There's 3 different days that they're filming the TV show up in Vallejo. You can go stand in the stands and cheer, and maybe you'll get on TV.
Okay, cool. Very good. Okay. Any more club-like news? Okay. So now we go into the show and tell portion of the meeting.